Fräulein Schreiber's Mixtape by Nathan Dame. Exterior Vienna Street, early 19th century day. Close up on various shoes strolling along the cobblestone street, the click of heels and fashionable canes. It all looks and sounds like money. We find a pair of peasant shoes, then tilt up past a simple muddy skirt to reveal Fridas Schreiber, early 20s, carrying a violin case. Frida is ambitious and smart as hell, but her rural upbringing has made her naive in many ways. Clearly out of place in this neighborhood. She madly wipes away tears as she clips down the street. A wealthy couple gives her directions. Then she darts across the street, narrowly missing being trampled by a horse-drawn cart. Doesn't even notice. She's on a mission. She comes up to a building. The plaque near the door says, Friends of Music Society. Interior Music Society hallway day. We hear an orchestra rehearsing in a room nearby. Frida walks down the hall, reading labels on the doors, then finds the one she's looking for. She exhales and knocks.
Yes?
She wipes the last tears from her cheeks, and in she goes. Interior office continuous. Behind the desk sits Herr Zonleitner, 50s, old-fashioned and priggish. He's reading a score with a magnifying glass.
The fireplace is there. You can go ahead and get to work.
I'm not the maid, Herr Zonleitner. I'm a musician, and I'm here to audition for you. I have my own repertoire, but I'm a super good sight reader, and if you want to throw anything at me, I think you'll find that I have more than adequate ornamentation, smooth-ass trills, and amazeballs vibrato.
I'm sorry. I sort of didn't hear anything after you said that you were a girl musician.
I didn't say I was a girl musician.
Come on. I'll never be taken seriously again if I hire an amateur for my orchestra.
I'm only an amateur because you haven't hired me yet.
A smile. He admires her logic.
Darling, I'm afraid you're completely out of your depth.
He starts to stand up.
Please,
Frida panics.
Please, sit down!
Startled, he sits.
I just got to the city this morning. I have nowhere else to go. My family doesn't want anything to do with me. I don't have a shilling to my name. It's Fridas Schreiber, by the way.
Enchanted.
And there's Enchanted, me too. There's absolutely nothing in the world that I want or can do better than music. Please. This is your chance to change the life of an ambitious, talented, annoyingly eager, but also sort of attractive young woman who will include you in her prayers forever and ever and ever, etc. Amen.
He begins to soften. Somehow she already has her violin and bow out.
16 measures. Just give me 16 measures.
I'll be counting.
Okay. Do I have time to tune or okay? Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna. Here goes. Okay.
She plays an anguished, fierce chord. It's gorgeous. The piece starts to pick up. Her technique is virtuosic. You've never seen anyone play with such passion. She's clearly transported by it. Its effect on her almost sexual. Her playing even makes Herr Zonleitner melt. We move in on her face in pained ecstasy. Exterior street day. And pull back to reveal her playing on the street. Her violin case open on the ground. Her dress has become more and more ragged. A carriage splashes her with mud. Dogs run past. Super, a few weeks later. Frida doesn't pay attention to the city noise. It's just her and the music. She climaxes and puts her violin down, waiting for applause. Nobody even notices her. She picks one lousy coin out of her case, but it may as well be a diamond ring. And then, from the heavens above, the contents of a chamber pot spill out on top of her. Splash! Piss everywhere. Fridas Schreiber has arrived. Title over black, Vienna, 1823. Act 1. Interior boarding house day. Frida walks in, tired after a long day of busking. Another young boarder, Lottie Weigel, a droll libertine city girl through and through, is covering her mouth with a handkerchief, shielding an awful smell.
We think something died.
Ugh, it's not Frau Perlman, is it?
Frau Perlman, the landlady, appears behind Lottie.
Oh, shut up.
Frau Perlman is somewhere between 50 and 100, Jewish with some mileage on her. 5 female boarders, 20s, are going in and out of rooms, trying to locate the smell as well. They're dressed in kimonos, hair and makeup messy from the night before.
It's a cat.
You can just tell by smelling it?
Mm-hmm. Back in Hupfelhof, we were always finding dead cats in our barn for some reason. People thought we were Satan worshippers. Turns out, we just had some really mean cows.
Frida follows the smell to a credenza and looks behind it.
Here, help me move this.
Frida and Lottie pull it away from the wall and reveal a small door behind it.
Be careful with that. It's French.
Lottie opens the door. A smell wafts out and they all recoil.
Oh, you were right.
Wait a minute.
Frida steps into the tiny closet right over a dead cat.
Is this a piano?
Interior Frida's bedroom moments later. A tiny bare room in the back under the stairs. Frida, Lottie, and a couple of the other ladies bring in a small upright piano. Frida plays some chords. Sounds terrible.
Wow, I didn't know that you didn't play.
Lottie leaves, pleased with her joke.
If you wanted to pay to have it tuned, it's yours. Also, rent is due.
Right. You need that every month, don't you? Can't believe I've been here for 4 weeks already.
Exterior country road day, flashback. Frida has hitched a ride in the back of a wagon where she is ugly ass crying, snot, veins popping, all of it. She sits with 3 or 4 hogs and a young boy with Down syndrome. Exterior outdoor market, Vienna, day, flashback. The wagon pulls over and Frida hops out, still sobbing. She thanks the driver, wipes her face, and walks down the street with her violin case, as when we met her in the teaser. Interior Frida's bedroom, back to scene. Frida takes some coins from a jewelry box and gives them to Frau Perlman. Not quite enough. She opens her violin case and scrapes out the single coin she made. That covers it.
Oh, a letter came for you. Who's Dieter?
Frida reads the name on the letter. She is not pleased.
No one. Pen pal.
Oh, God, that smell.
I know. Poor cat.
No, honey, look at you. You're covered in piss.
No poop this time, though.
Practically a standing ovation.
Cut 2. Exterior Music Society Day. Same location as in the teaser. Frida waits outside eating a kebab from a Turkish vendor nearby. The doors open and musicians come out carrying instrument cases. One of them is Rolf Hauptmann, a cellist. Rolf is around 30 and a really decent guy, if a bit vain.
Go ahead, I'll catch up with you.
He pulls Frida aside.
You can't be here. I mean, you really embarrassed me with that stunt you pulled, waltzing in and demanding an audition. What'd you expect? That all of Vienna was just waiting for you to arrive? Frida's here. Now, can we finally get to work?
Frida takes out the letter Frau Perlman gave her.
Did you give your cousin my address?
Calm down. He sent it to me and I forwarded it. Did you even open it?
She smashes the letter in his hand.
I'm not going to. I'm making a fresh start here. Why does Dieter's ugly ass even want to talk to me?
Interior Rural Church Day. 4 weeks ago. Flashback. A wedding. Frida's wedding. Frida and Dieter, 25, are kneeling at the altar, and Dieter is not ugly at all. He's gorgeous. Seriously, a catch. The priest lifts his arms and begins incanting in Latin as the congregation bows their heads and closes their eyes. Frida mouths silently to Dieter, his eyes still closed, "I'm so sorry." And she quietly stands up and tiptoes down the aisle. Exterior Music Society, back to scene.
Yeah, what could Dieter possibly have on his mind?
Frida starts to cry.
No.
She puts her head on his shoulder.
I know. It was easily like the second or third worst thing I've ever done.
What's the first?
I thought things would be different here, Ralph. But I feel like I'm just waiting for my life to happen to me.
You've only been here a month.
Still! I was the best musician in our village.
After I left, you mean? I mean, this is the musical capital of Europe. Everyone here was the best musician in their village. Look, what you did to my cousin was shitty. I mean, like, a real dick move.
I get it. Okay, I get it.
But I know it wasn't the life for you. Vienna's not easy. And for a girl musician, it's going to be harder.
Stop saying girl.
You just haven't found your people yet. But you will.
How? How am I going to find my people?
Well, I'm not sure you'll find them renting a room in a brothel.
It's not a brothel. It's a respectable ladies' boarding house.
Prelap, humping and moaning sounds. Interior Frida's bedroom night. Angle on a picture of Jesus and the Virgin Mary slapping back and forth against the wall, the headboard in the next room banging against it. Moans coming through the wall. Frida holds the picture still with one hand while she composes with the other. She plays a little on her violin, then writes it down. Hard to focus, though, with all the, sexual congress going on around her. A piano tuner is working on her piano. The piano tuner finds the pitch that matches the moans.
E flat. All finished.
Frida sits at the piano and plays a few chords.
A girl composer, huh? Never heard of that before.
It's a pretty good shape. Maybe finding this piano was a sign.
The picture of Jesus and the Virgin Mary falls to the ground.
Now that's a sign.
Interior boarding house continuous. The piano tuner comes out of Frida's room with his tools and walks past the main parlor. The ladies we saw earlier are in full beat and sexy outfits, entertaining mostly upper-class men. It's a straight-up brothel. Frau Perlman, Madame apparently, is also done up proper, serving drinks. Interior Frida's bedroom continuous. Frida plays a slow, sad song for piano and voice. She gets just the first lyric out when...
No fucking way.
A man in his underwear has just burst through the door. He's in his 20s, only about 5 feet tall. He puts on thin wire spectacles to look at the sheet music.
That is so rad. Hey, keep playing. I'm getting a second win. Lottie!
He scurries into the next bedroom. Frau Perlman appears.
What's the matter, dear?
This guy just barged into my room.
Curly hair, face like a Pomeranian. Oh, he was probably just excited by the music, dear. That's his song. Herr Schubert's here all the time.
Frida's eyes go wide. She walks out and opens the door to the adjacent bedroom. Interior Lottie's bedroom continuous, where Lottie and Franz Schubert are on the bed taking another spin around the park. Lottie's on top, let's say.
You're Franz Schubert?
Oh yeah, say my name.
Franz Schubert?
No, not you. You.
I'm Franz.
Interior Frida's bedroom a few minutes later. Frida is pacing, excited. Franz Schubert! Then a knock. She opens the door nervously. Schubert is back.
Sorry for barging in on you like that. It probably came across a little iffy. You're doing that song in A. Try it in A flat. I think it'll be a warmer color for you.
No, I like it in A.
Trust me. Try A flat.
Trust me, I know my voice.
Just a little healthy criticism from a professional musician.
Well, you know what? Just because you're a genius doesn't mean you should be going around giving unsolicited advice, so fuck off.
Well, you fuck off too then. Have a nice night. Bye.
Bye.
He leaves, shutting the door behind him.
What a dick.
A gentle knock. She opens it.
Genius? Really? I don't know. I mean...
He enters and shuts the door behind him and sits down.
When I hear what some of the other cats around town are doing, I'm like, fuck, they're the real deal. And I just walk around feeling like an untalented little...
Pomeranian?
fraud.
She can tell he's being genuine. She starts fangirling.
You're like my favorite songwriter of all time. In my hometown, everyone knows all your hits. And I'm not just saying that. For my grandmother's dying wish, I played The Wanderer at her funeral.
Really? Her dying wish was one of my songs?
Probably would have preferred Beethoven, to be honest. My name is Fridas Schreiber. I'm a composer too.
A girl composer? No such thing.
No, it's true.
Nah, those don't exist.
I'm standing right in front
Anyway, I may be famous in bumfuck wherever, but in Vienna, I'm still a nobody. Like, whose dick do I gotta suck, you know? I would, too, is the thing.
Schubert stands and puts some money on the table as he talks.
You gotta do what you gotta do to make a living, right?
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
He leans in to kiss her neck. She stops him.
No kissing? Okay, no problem.
What? Oh, no. I'm renting a room here. I don't work here.
What? Oh my God, might be. I'm so sorry. I figured, this is a whorehouse.
You know, I don't like that word, Herr Schubert.
This is not the conversation I expected to have tonight.
Schubert grabs the money and starts to make his way out.
And hey, I'd love to check out your stuff sometime, maybe. Sorry again about the assuming you were a prostitute thing.
He passes by Frau Perlman standing in the hallway.
Sex worker.
Lottie pops out of her door. She and Frida and Frau Perlman watch him as he leaves. There's something about him.
Does he live nearby?
Oh, just across the street, famous for his parties. They call him Schubertiads.
Bigger cock than you'd think, right?
Off Frida getting an idea. Exterior Vienna Street, morning. Frida charges down the street, her portfolio under her arm, off to meet her destiny on this glorious morning. Interior Schubert's stairwell, morning. Frida takes the steps up to Schubert's flat. The door is cracked, so she lets herself in. How do we know which is his? It has a note with a treble clef and the word Fickenwohnung, super fuck pad. Interior Schubert's flat continues. It's a petri dish of a flat. Bottles, plates, party detritus. Franz Schreiber, not to be confused with Franz Schubert, which would be difficult because F. Schreiber is a 6-foot-tall black man and Schubert is a 5-foot-tall white guy, comes out in a long nightshirt. He's a serious, morose artiste. He tosses the contents of a chamber pot out the window.
You know, it's only polite to look before you toss.
F. Schreiber takes her in, nonplussed.
Shucks! Why a girl here to see you?
Schubert comes out just waking up, smoking a long pipe.
Anyone want a toke?
You said in my bedroom last night that you would look at my work.
You actually used that line.
We haven't met yet. Fridas Schreiber.
Frida takes his hand, then, remembering the chamber pot he's holding, wipes her hand on her skirt.
Franz Schreiber, Shep's flatmate.
Huh. Franz Schreiber, Franz Schubert.
Frida Schreiber.
Schreiber, Schubert.
Fräulein Schreiber. Shaps.
Shep's.
Schreibs.
The boys look at her. The balloon has deflated.
Anywho, I think you might know my friend, Rolf Hauptmann. He's a cellist at the Friends of Music Society.
Oh, dope. Weren't you two rubbing dicks for a while?
I'm not into guys. Why does everybody assume I'm gay?
Right on cue, Schober's one-night stand, let's call him Hans, comes out of the bedroom putting on his jacket. Thin, cute.
I had fun last night.
Thanks for the hang, bro. Hey, you can crash here anytime.
He forces a butch fist bump on Hans. Schubert rolls his eyes.
Walk you out.
He takes Hans by the arm and with a little accidental sachet in his step, leads him out the door.
I'm a serious composer, and I want an honest critique. Don't hold back. Be as ruthless as you...
Hang on. I seem to remember now offering you criticism last night, and you telling me to fuck off.
You weren't offering criticism. You were giving criticism, and I was caught off guard, and I'm sorry.
Thing is, I'm a little busy, so...
So I guess there's nothing I can learn from you. Oh well.
She sets her portfolio on a table.
I'll leave that with you, just in case there's anything you can learn from me.
The audacity! Frida turns to the door.
Wait.
Frida stops, cracking a smile. Now she has arrived. End Act 1. Act 2. Interior Max Matterhorn's Coffee House Day. Coffee houses are the latest trend in Vienna, and Max's is where the cool kids hang. What was once called bohemian, then beatnik, now hipster, is the vibe. No one over 30. The house string quartet is playing. We'll meet them later. Schubert looks through Frida's portfolio while she takes the place in. A dour waitress plops their espressos on the table. Frida tastes it, sputtering at the bitterness.
Your music is weird.
What's weird about it?
Schubert looks at the name embossed on the cover.
Friedrich Schreiber?
Would you take someone's portfolio seriously if they had my name on it?
If they bought me coffee first. You're paying, you know.
Angle on the string quartet finishing up. The first violin, Pei Baumgartner, 20s, of Asian descent, stands up. She's a cheerful hipster and optimist among a sea of cynics.
Thank you. We're going to be sending around the bucket. Please support local artists. There's some sheet music at the merch table you can buy, made with love. And next up is the Willem Finstermeister Trio.
Angle back on the table. Frida is flailing, trying to decipher Schubert's cryptic facial expressions.
If it's no good, just tell me. No, don't. Actually, it sucks, doesn't it? Wait, no, it's good, right? You hate it. Oh my God, you hate it. You know what? Don't tell me.
You ever had coffee before?
I've heard of it, but never had it. I like it. It's supposed to make your eyelids rattle, right? Or something.
The string quartet pulls chairs up to their table. We have Esteban, Alfred, Gunter, 20s, and Pei Yi, who comes up from behind Schubert and kisses him. Apparently, they're an item.
What's up, Shubes?
Hey, good set, you guys.
Yeah, awesome. Do you guys ever do your own stuff or just covers?
Ooh, that came out like an insult. Oops.
This is Freddie Schreiber. She's new in town. She's a composer.
Frida likes the nickname.
You done anything I would know?
Where are you playing now? Who's your publisher?
Ignore them. I'm Pei Yi. Between us, the coffee at Schnitzer's is better. Plus, it's fair trade.
New piece is wicked good, bro. We're rehearsing later, right?
Yeah, I'm not really feeling it.
Come on.
Come on, you
Do
always
it,
do
do
this.
this.
What are you rehearsing for?
Please, let's not talk about it.
Count Razumovsky is going to be at the Schubertian tonight. Shubes is trying to get a patronage.
Patronage? You didn't tell me.
Sell out.
There's no shame in selling out.
I'm not ashamed. I want to sell out. Big fucking whoop.
He stands and addresses the entire place.
Let's be honest, who amongst us is not trying to sell out?
And he walks away peeved.
What a bitch.
He is kind of a bitch, huh?
He gets stage fright, you guys.
Hey, what's the name of your group?
The Nordbergstrasse 4, because we live on Nordbergstrasse.
Have you thought of something more catchy? Something like, I don't know,
She sees two women across the way speaking in sign language.
deaf...
One of them is wearing a leopard print scarf.
Leopard. Deaf leopard?
Why would we be deaf? It doesn't make sense.
Beethoven's deaf.
It's just a rumor.
Okay, okay. How about,
A 19th century goth hipster, whatever that would be, passes by.
black...
They notice a Catholic monk in the corner reading the Bible.
Sabbath.
Sabbath.
Ooh, witchy.
Branding. Something to think about.
Branding.
They're impressed with her, off Frida beaming with her first sense of hope in weeks. Interior boarding house day. Frida comes in. Frau Perelman has been waiting in the foyer.
You have guests.
Frida opens the door to the main parlor and suddenly stops. A tough, weather-hardened couple, around 50, in lower-class traveling clothes, are waiting. Herr and Frau Schreiber.
Mom? Dad, what are you doing here?
She comes into the room and sees her jilted fiancé, handsome Dieter, standing morosely in the corner.
Dieter, fucking Rolf.
Interior main parlor later. Mom and Dad sit on a settee and tinkle their teacups with tiny spoons. Dieter is leaning against a wall. Frida sits across from them, head in hands. What a nightmare.
You can't just show up like this. I'm a grown-up, okay? I have a life.
What life? You live in a brothel.
It's a boarding house for respectable young ladies, Mom.
Tilt up to reveal a large painting of someone's genitalia on the wall behind her. Herr Schreiber can't stop looking at it.
You didn't even say goodbye.
Well, I couldn't interrupt the mass, could I? It's a sin.
Don't joke around about it. We raised you better than that.
What do you possibly want that I can't provide? I'm about to become a partner at the most important and lucrative law firm
in Burgenland province, I know.
Might even be magistrate one day.
Your mistress,
Madam,
Landlady.
says that you play your fiddle for pennies in the street?
At least it's authentic. I'm sorry, Dieter, but our marriage wouldn't have been, at least not for me.
I see.
He walks out, his feelings hurt. After a beat.
Heinrich! Heinrich!
No, so you're making a living then?
Look,
Frau Schreiber elbows him.
Look, I'm sorry. I just couldn't go through with it. I saw my whole future flash in front of my eyes, and I didn't want it to turn into...
Me?
Mom.
We only want you to be taken care of, sweetie. Herr Schreiber stands and goes outside.
Honey, it's a wonderful thing for a girl to have a hobby. But what kind of world do you think we live in? I know it seems like you have more freedom here, but that doesn't mean you'll have more choices.
Frida, the reality of this sinking in on her. Exterior boarding house day. Dieter and Herr Schreiber are at the curb hailing a carriage. Frida comes outside with her mom, handing Frida a note.
Here's the inn where we're staying. Get your things, and tomorrow we'll come by to pick you up.
Several of Frida's housemates walk up to the house.
Hey, Frida. Sup, girl?
That's gonna be you soon, selling your ass like a ham.
God, Mom.
Why would you come to this disgusting city?
Frida looks at the city around her. It's not disgusting to her. It's inspiring.
I came here to find my people, Mom.
Your father and me aren't your people? Your husband is not your people?
Her what? Interior rural church day flashback montage. Frida and Dieter are kneeling before the priest.
God has joined together, no one man put asunder.
Close-up of rings going on fingers. The deal was sealed. Frida running out the church door. Exterior outdoor market Vienna day flashback. A tearful Frida takes off her wedding ring and gives it to the boy with Down syndrome in the pig cart. End montage. Exterior boarding house back to scene.
Who exactly do you think are your people?
Smash cut 2. Interior Schubert's flat night. The Schubertiad. Hipster central. Fashion statements and gender statements everywhere. Live music, of course. We go for a spin around the room. Some corners are subdued and philosophical. Others are wild and raucous. A table where a rowdy version of proto-beer pong is being played with German beer steins. A small circle of pretentious people doing a wine tasting.
This is from my uncle's estate in the Lombard region of Italy.
What year is it from?
1797, harvested right before Napoleon slaughtered my entire family during the siege of Mantua. It's a really fruit-forward blend, but you still get the tannins.
Someone is showing off their jacket to a friend.
It's not really vintage, but you wouldn't guess it, right?
Our friend Peyi is talking to Schubert's roommate.
What I really dig is Mozart's earlier, more obscure stuff.
The deep cuts, for sure.
Sweet country Frida enters, carrying a tray and looking 100% out of place here. She doesn't care. Peyi crosses over to her, giving her a hug.
Freddie, you made it! What's this?
These are homemade poppy seed.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What?
Pastries.
Oh, sick, nice. Just drop them over there.
Frida places them on a table just as cousin Rolf shows up.
Rolf! OM fucking G, how are you?
She and Rolf hug. Frida avoids him.
Hey, Frida.
You two know each other?
Yes.
No. He's the cousin of my...
We're from the same village.
Oh, Humbleville.
Humpfelhoff. Hey, is Schubert here? I need to talk to him.
He went upstairs to get some air. Kind of a ritual he does.
Frida starts to go, but Rolf stops her. He hands Dieter's letter back to her from the opening.
I'm giving this back. You should probably read it.
Frida takes it reluctantly and walks away. Exterior roof night. Frida comes out onto the roof and looks around.
Schubert?
Then we hear vomiting. It's Schubert, heaving it up nearby.
I'm okay. Don't come over here. It's just nerves.
He stands and wipes his mouth. They look out at the city glowing in the moonlight. Magic.
I came to say goodbye.
Goodbye?
Vienna is not really working out for me, so I really hope you get that patronage. You deserve it.
I don't even think Count Razumovsky came tonight. The awesome thing about Vienna is you can do what you want. No one cares. The bad thing about Vienna, no one cares. This kind of felt like my last shot to make something happen. What village you say you're from?
I didn't. It's called Hupfelhof. We're famous for our sausage.
What German village isn't famous for its sausages?
We also have beer and cheese.
Right.
They smile at each other. It's a moment. Then Peyi appears behind them.
Shubes, we're about to start. I kiss you for luck, but I know why you're up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find a mint.
He goes inside.
Freddie, you know you're presenting something tonight.
Wait, what?
You're a composer. It's your first time. Them's the rules.
I haven't prepared anything.
So improvise, come on.
Peyi goes inside. Frida remembers Dieter's letter and opens it.
Dear Frida, I figured my cousin Rolf would know where to find you. I should probably hate you. My parents hate you. My sisters hate you. Most of the village hates you, but I don't. It takes guts to follow your dreams like that, Frida Schreiber. I admire you.
Wow, she is getting choked up.
Marrying you was the happiest day of my life, up until I opened my eyes and you had vanished. I know I can make you happy. Come home, baby. I love you. I'm going to do something about my halitosis.
Thank God.
Love, your husband, Dieter.
Shit.
Off Frida looking out at the city, which now seems darker than it did a moment ago. End Act 2. Act 3. Interior Schubert's flat later. Frida is hanging out alone by the refreshments table. She takes out one of her pastries as Rolf sidles up next to her.
Look, I'm sorry. Your parents just showed up. I didn't even know they were coming to town.
Don't worry about it. This whole adventure was just impulsive and irresponsible.
You ran out of that church like a minute too late, didn't you?
Like 10 seconds, man.
So Countess Razumovsky did make it.
We see an elderly woman, 70s, entering with her youthful stuck-up entourage. Countess Razumovsky is still at home in a bygone era of powdered wigs and knee breeches.
Which one is Countess Razumovsky?
Oh, the one who looks like she'd be named something ridiculous, like Countess Razumovsky.
Anglon Payé's string quartet. They've set up for the performance, which is always the main event of the night.
Thanks for coming. This is so dope. We are excited to premiere a new string quartet by none other than our host. Give it up for Shoots! Woo!
Applause and whoops around the room. A stately golf clap from the Countess. Schubert is hanging out off to the side, sweating and trying not to show it.
Oh, we are the group formerly known as the Nordbergstrasse 4, but we are performing tonight under our new name, Iron Maiden.
Payé takes her seat and the music begins. Super. String Quartet number 14 in D minor, Death and the Maiden by Schubs. A big, fierce chord opens the piece, and another. Then the fire starts going, each instrument chasing the one before it. Everyone, including the Countess, seems to sense that they are witnessing an historic event. It's a tremendous piece, but Frida is most entranced of all, transfixed by its sublimity, like the universe is opening up to her. She looks over at Schubert, there against the wall. Then he looks to her, a puppy dog needing approval. She has tears streaming down her face. He smiles, reassured. We tighten the time frame and come to the final bars of the piece. Finito. The room is silent. Schubert is in agony. How did it go? Then the party erupts in cheers.
Hey,
that was fucking sick,
man. Rock on!
Countess Razumovsky leads a standing ovation. Iron Maiden take their bows. It's a triumph. Schubert breathes.
Rock on, guys! Thanks! And I believe there's another composer who is going to present tonight. Let's welcome to her first Schubertiad, Freddie Schreiber!
Applause. Frida walks up to the front of the room.
I told you I'm not ready.
Then what's that in your hand?
We see that Frida is holding sheet music ready to go.
Okay, maybe I was prepared.
Get it, girl.
Payé keeps the crowd cheering as Frida distributes her music to Payé, Alfred, Esteban, and Gunter.
Hi, everyone. I'm Freddie Schreiber, and I guess this is my Vienna premiere. It's all kind of spur of the moment, so I hope you like it.
She sits at the piano. The others are looking at the sheet music, very confused. Schubert was right. It is weird.
Just trust me, guys.
Then she starts stomping her foot in time, a big no-no in classical music. Now she's making hi-hat sounds with her mouth. Is she beatboxing? The cello starts laying down a plucked, repetitive bass line. Then the other strings start looping a riff. People start bobbing their heads. This is something unlike anything they've heard before. Is this dubstep? Trip-hop? What the fuck is happening? Rolf and F. Schober have been making out in the back, but now they stop and listen. They're into it. Schubert passes through stages of confusion, then disbelief, then heavy concentration.
Damn.
Then the beat drops. It's a rave. Everyone is tripping and dancing in a euphoric frenzy. It's just a piano and string quartet, but somehow we're in full-on club scene mode. Frida is 200 years ahead of her time. Imagine being at those house parties in the Bronx. Imagine being at the house parties in the Bronx in the 1970s when DJ Kool Herc and Grandmaster Flash were inventing hip-hop. The birth of the future. Okay, Frida Schreiber has arrived. Interior Schubert's flat later. Frida is the center of attention as the last stragglers say goodnight at the door. Schubert sits over at the piano, feeling sorry for himself. He's been drinking. Countess Razumovsky and their entourage reach Frida.
Oh, you young lady are shit. That's a good thing to say. She is shit.
The shit.
You are the shit. You are the shittiest shit.
Wow, that's so nice of you. Thank you, Count from Skifsky.
I think we should talk about your future.
She hands her a calling card.
Hey, Shubes.
Schubert lifts his head off the piano.
Keep up the faith, bro. Just keep plugging away. Big dick energy.
He and his entourage leave. Frida slowly turns to Schubert, drunk at the piano. It's tense.
Poppy seed pastry?
You know, by the time I was 8 years old, I was studying with the most important composers in Vienna. I was a prodigy. Singing lessons, violin lessons, viola, piano.
How many instruments do you play?
4. And you?
5.
Oh, fuck off.
What's the matter?
You stole my patronage, you asshole.
He only gave me his calling card. BFD, dude, you were great. Why are you mad at me?
Because you made me feel like an amateur tonight.
I made you... Why do you think people come to these Schubert-tiads?
So we can play our music and be heard on our own terms.
No! It's to give themselves permission to slack off and blame everyone else for their failures, which is clearly your MO.
Interior F. Schober's bedroom continuous. A little moonlight cuts through the window.
Help.
F. Schober gets out of bed and cracks open the door. Interior main room continuous.
I've spent my entire life building a career. I had a destiny. Then you waltz into town with your pastries and your gimmicks and
What gimmicks?
your whole being a woman thing.
Oh, you're the one with the gimmicks, dude. This drunken, libertine, self-destructive artist crap. Stepping out on pie to get validation from prostitutes.
They're called sex workers.
Giving the establishment the middle finger while begging for their approval.
Joke's on me, I guess, for not being some novelty girl musician.
Ooh, a new fire ignites behind Frida's eyes.
Fuck right off, man. I'm gonna get that patronage.
Oh, I thought you were going home to eat sausages.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying and I'm getting everything you think you deserve.
I'll ruin you every chance I get.
We'll see. Eat shit, dude.
She storms out. Schubert yells at the door.
You eat it!
Angle on F. Schober looking through the crack in his door. He talks to someone in the dark over his shoulder.
Did you see that coming?
Rolf appears behind him. They're both undressed.
My money was on them hooking up.
F. Schober shrugs and shuts the door. Angle on Schubert, getting out one of the poppy seed pastries and taking a bite. It's delicious.
God damn it. And she can bake!
Interior boarding house night later. Business is hopping in the brothel tonight. Frida charges in and goes to her room just as a customer is leaving Lottie's room next door. Lottie hangs in the doorway.
How was the party?
Tell me everything you know about Franz Schubert.
Lottie thinks for a moment.
Well, he does have a bigger cock than you'd think.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
End pilot episode.